Mongrel to read it, at which point Irvin immediately raises his hand and says, I'm going to appeal whatever ruling you offer. If you need to read Wild Mongrel, I do not trust your judgment to give me anything. Kids at home, don't do that. Don't do that.
And don't play
They
Charbelcher.
forget Wild Mongrel changes colors.
It does change colors if you wanted to. That was impressive.
So this matchup is Belcher.
This Belcher versus
against
Surprise
Fish.
deck because...
Fish.
Oh, Fish.
I don't know if Andrea knows that, but we do. Fights through a daze.
That other match, maybe we could get them moved over for game 2. If this one this one's over soon.
I will apologize to the crowd. What are the odds everyone's playing Charbelcher this week? And it's just unbelievable. Although, you guys saw earlier, Owen Turnwald beating the Charbelcher deck in the hands of Colosso Fuentes with Turboland.
Well,
With the assist,
well,
with,
the 43 land.
Yeah.
With assistance from Colosso's deck registration error.
Yeah, he did get a little help there, but Colosso actually gave the game away. And a really interesting play that Owen made was to play into his opponent's mistake. Colosso mistakenly thought he had miscounted his mana when he actually had enough to go off when he did. And Owen played right into that and said, "Yeah, that was dumb. Why did you don't have enough mana?" And Colosso just said go instead of actually going off. And it cost him the game.
Owen being a nice guy, though, he said he didn't want us to tell Colosso that because he didn't want him to feel bad. So when Colosso's walking towards the booth, it's like, don't tell him I did that. Don't tell him I did that.
I don't buy that for a sec from Owen. He wants to run that again if he has to play somebody playing Belcher.
The other match is still in game 1.
Owen Turnwald, that
Looks like
guy.
the other match is having some judge issues, which is good for us because that means they're not playing.
We will get that other match moved over. This could be exciting. We could see the first female player in the top 8 of a Star City Games Open if Andrea managed to hold on with the Charbelcher deck.
I mean, aren't you the one who always says, "Hey, good job being 4-0," but that just means you're 5 rounds away from being 4-5.
It is, but you're also 3 rounds away from being able to double draw in. So you got to start out wherever you can and just play through if you're undefeated.
So what do you think of that game 1?
I thought
She was able to do math correctly.
I thought it was interesting how she had 1 card left in her hand. She has 6 mana, and she was deliberately considering whether she's going to play the Burning Wish, as though there's a possibility she might just say go.
I just like the number 6 actually,
Yes.
and
She's like, I have promptly demonstrated you should be afraid. But no, I think it'll be an exciting matchup. Let's see if he's got. What do you think he's boarding in?
Well, Kylie Anderson made the top 8 of the Star City 5K.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she won. That is true.
Yes, she won that.
But that was not a Star City Open. That was the large cash tournaments before the Star City Games Open series started. But that is a good catch from the crowd. And, of course, Callie's the wife of Todd Anderson, a U.S. national team member last year.
Star City Games writer.
Yep, StarCityGames.com writer. Occasionally a bit of a scandalous writer. He's been known to stir up a storm on the forums every once in a while. That's good as a writer. You want to be able to draw some attention, get some people worked up every once in a while to get the chatter going.
All right. They present, and let's see what happens here.
Prediction that Mindbreak Trap is going to go up in price if Charbelcher wins this weekend. I'd say that's a pretty accurate prediction.
I'm more of an Arms Chant man myself.
Hey, what?
Arm Chant.
Arms Chant, yeah. Yeah, that's not a good feeling. All right, you've got 6 mana there. I will Orms Chant you. Nice game.
Like, nice 6 mana. Well, you're going to have 6 mana? Arms Chant.
So when I was talking to Cedric, he said that playing against Force of Will was a lot like playing Dredge against Leyline of the Void. You just try to play through when you can, and you work around it when you can't, and do the best that you can.
Good words of advice.
Yep.
Probably get on the stream to say that line.
Paul has a couple Lord of Atlantis, Simeon Spirit Guide, Tinderwall Sex, for 2 red, Metamorphose. Here we go again.
If Paul didn't mulligan to a Force of Will...
Metamorphosis draws into a Simeon Spirit Guide. Metamorphose makes 2 green. Now he has 2 red and 1 green. Now she has 3 red and 1 green. Now empty.
Stifle.
Stifle.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like, what does that card do?
Oops, she's got to read it.
Oh, it does exactly what I don't want it to do.
So she's going to get 2 tokens.
So you get 2 tokens, unless the actual,
Unless you Simeon Spirit Guides and like Pyroblast that we can't see or something.
Sure.
or unless the actual copy gets dazed. The original could get dazed. Then you get no tokens.
True. Well, she's got a Spirit Guide in her hand to pay, but clearly having to have the Stifle explained to her indicates that she is not a frequent Legacy player. Stifle's just such one of those mainstream cards that players generally wouldn't have to have it read explained to them, especially as a Charbelcher player.
2 cards of token variety.
Curse Catcher, that's a decent card to have too.
Yeah, Curse Catcher Wasteland is a huge
Take
turn.
it off the battlefield. Take 2 Rashad tokens and put them in to represent 2 tokens.
Well, guys, it looks like you've got the match firmly in hand. I'm going to get back to work on some deck techs on the Charbelcher deck, but we'll be bringing you some more deck techs later today, including on Aloran, Enchantress. Hopefully, if we can grab the players playing them, it should be a good day for deck techs. So, we'll leave you in the match.
See you later, Bill.
Thanks, Bill Stark.
So now we're just looking at 2 Rashads staring down Curse Catcher. Not as impressive as her first game, but...
There's 12 Rashads.
Yeah.
14 Rashads.
All right, Lord of Atlantis.
What's this do?
She's clearly an experienced Legacy player. Seeing Lord of Atlantis.
And it's a revised one, so it doesn't even say that anymore.
Oh, yeah. She draws another Simeon Spirit Guide. Would you have double block the Curse Catcher there? It's kind of annoying when you try to combo again.
It's
And
pretty
you're
annoying.
not, you're not winning with 2 shots.
I mean, I'm pretty awesome, but...
And you can't trump it anymore.
And no longer an option.
All right.
But we could double block the Lord. Or no, we can't even do that.
We can't double block the Lord either. All right. Andrea's thinking carefully. I think Andrea's just trying to figure out exactly what Paul's deck does before conceding. She doesn't seem the type just to concede for no reason.
I think we see what it does. It plays islands and merfolk.
All right, she draws Kuromax.
Rashad, you got a second? We got a message to Phil just to tell him to watch the pre-game procedure at the next table on the future matches. There's a bit of a problem about whether there's randomisation or not. Are you able to contact her without making it too obvious?
Talk.
Phil, can you hear me?
Well, you won't hear him say anything. He can hear you.
Oh, he's got the microphone.
He can talk.
Okay, Phil.
All right, Stifle on Chromox, so you can't imprint on it.
The match next door to you, right, I see the wave. The match next door, the one I was just called to.
Wait, if you
keep an eye on
stifle the imprint
when
on
they
Chromox,
do the
you'll lose the card.
procedure for the next game, and just look for any insufficient randomisation and stuff. Just keep an eye on them, please.
So when you stifle the imprint on Chromox, you still lose the card?
No.
I think she removed the card still. It got stifled. The game doesn't matter, but
Okay.
she tried to do it. I wasn't 100% sure.
All right, so Andrea's going to be going first this game.
Yeah, so going first with the draws she's having, it could be really good because then you only have to worry about Force of Will. So she keeps to get into Belcher draw, it'll be pretty good. All right, she's shuffling up. Doesn't look like she's going to make any sideboard changes.
Maybe she doesn't have a sideboard.
Maybe not.